Hi, and welcome to Social Studies Shorts, where we explore a little more about our state, our country, and the world. The driving force behind what makes your school, your state, or your country function is its people. Citizens can help move government forward whether they hold an official office like president or not. Today we're going to talk about some of the women who have challenged traditions and made a lasting impact on Kentucky and the world. Many women have held state office in Kentucky over the years, but the very first woman to be elected governor is Martha Lane Collins. After working as a teacher early in her career, she became Kentucky's lieutenant governor in 1979 before being elected as our 56th governor in 1983. Collins worked to increase funding for education during her time as head of Kentucky's executive branch and went on to continue teaching, this time at universities when her term was over. Another former lieutenant governor and record-holding woman is Thelma Stovall. She became the 47th lieutenant governor of Kentucky in 1975 and the first woman to hold that office. In 1978, when Governor Julian Carroll was out of state, Lieutenant Governor Stovall used her powers as acting governor to veto the Kentucky legislature's attempt to withdraw its approval of the Equal Rights Amendment. This amendment to the U.S. Constitution was meant to guarantee that men and women have equal rights. Kentucky has been home to many champions for equality, including Georgia Davis Powers. In 1968, she became the first African American and the first woman elected to the Kentucky Senate. In her 21 years in the Senate, Powers supported bills that would make housing, employment, and education more accessible to all Kentuckians. Before her time in the Kentucky Senate, she was active in the civil rights movement and was one of the organizers of the 1964 Civil Rights March on Frankfort, which brought national figures like Martin Luther King Jr. to Kentucky. Civil rights activist and journalist Alice Allison Dunnigan never ran for office but played an important role in telling our nation's story. Dunnigan wrote about the civil rights movement during the Jim Crow era, a time when racial segregation was legal in many southern U.S. states. She was the first Black woman to receive a White House press pass and the first to be elected to the Women's National Press Club. And speaking of elections, the women of the suffrage movement in Kentucky ensured that in the future, all women could cast a vote. Mary Barr Clay was a leader in the movement in both Kentucky and the nation, speaking in front of the U.S. House of Representatives in 1884. Dr. Mary E. Britton was a teacher, suffragist, and civil rights activist. She was the only woman physician at the time in Lexington and gave speeches advocating for voting rights. Ultimately, the work of these women and many other suffragists led to the passing of the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution in 1920, which officially gave women the right to vote. Well, we're officially out of time, but we've only just begun to cover the many women that have made a difference in Kentuckians' lives. Can you name other inspirational women in your own local community? Think on that, and we'll see you next time for more Social Studies Shorts.